a taxi?" She pursed her lips, looking from her screen back to me a couple of times, clearly not used to people expressing their disapproval. "Miss, no," I shook my head. "I don't think so." I had nothing left to lose, and hell if I let this CEO with an overinflated ego treat me with such disdain. I wanted him to look me in the eyes when he sent me away. He needed to see I was not a commodity he could just dispose of as he saw fit. I grabbed the cool metal handle and pushed the door that barely moved, destroying my dramatic entrance in his office. Damn it, that thing was much heavier than I had anticipated. I pushed again, this time using all my strength, and I kept my face impassive despite the pain shooting down my leg. The man behind the desk, Alessandro Benetti, was laughing at something someone said on the phone, and that annoyed me even more. He was clearly not that busy if he had the time to exchange jokes over the phone. My brows furrowed even more as I hugged my folder closer to my chest and walked into the room uninvited, hating that my occasional limp decided that exact moment to make itself known. Based on the way his eyes flickered down, he didn't miss it either. He said something in Italian and hung up the phone before looking at me with his eyebrows raised, expectantly. "Yes?" Yes? Was that all he had to say when faced with my intrusion and murderous glare? Completely at a loss of words at his reaction, I opened my mouth and closed it. "I'm sorry, sir. I tried to send her away," his secretary said breathlessly from behind me. "You did a stellar job, Annabelle, as usual." His sarcasm was biting, and it angered me a little on her behalf. He'd been the one asking her to do the dirty work, something I suspected he probably did quite often. "You can go now. I'll deal with this myself." "Yes, sir. I'm sorry." He connected his eyes with me again. "We're losing daylight, dear. I suggest you get the words out." "Dear?" I pursed my lips. Patronizing asshole. His mouth quivered at the corner, as if he could read my annoyance, and it was amusing him. "Be ready for the full show, Mr. Bossman. You owe me an interview." His eyebrows shot up. "I owe you?" He snorted. "I don't owe you anything." "You do." His smirk vanished as a frown appeared on his face. I didn't think he was contested often. "Do you think that just because you're rich and good-looking with your expensive suits, fancy office, sharp cheekbones, and chocolate eyes, that you can treat people like commodities?" I asked, my ears burning with anger under the mass of my unruly red curls. "I do," he replied with a placid tone, but the muscle pulsating on the side of his stupidly well-defined jaw showed me his anger was simmering. Instead of calming me down, as it would have any normal person facing a big, powerful man, it actually pushed me further. "You don't make people take a god-awful 4-hour train ride and leave them to wait for 3 hours while you make social calls to whoever, and then don't have the decency to keep your side of the agreement. You weren't even man enough to send me away yourself. Instead, you hid behind your secretary." His nostrils flared as his eyes tightened at the corners. I had touched his virility by calling him a lesser man, and I was bracing for impact. "I have no qualms sending you away myself. I just thought Annabelle would do it more gracefully than I would have." He rested his big hands on his desk and leaned forward. "You don't fit the profile." I frowned. That wasn't really the comment I'd been expecting. "And yet you asked me to come, forcing me to face a crowded train that smelled like burned cheese, and take an overpriced hotel room to just—" He waved his hand dismissively, as if my grievances were insignificant. And they might have been for him, but not to me. I was not being disregarded this way again. "Is that why you're whining?" he asked with an eyebrow arched in derision. I gripped the leather strap of the bag I had dangling on my shoulder. I had half a mind to swing it at him and wipe that grin off his face.